بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to another lesson of English subject for grade 3. Students, as you remember that we did part C of exercise yesterday, and that was learning about language. In that part, we wrote a few sentences in correct order and made a complete story, and then we underlined nouns in the given sentences. And I had given you a task that you have to find out nouns in sentence number 6 and number 7. I received a lot of homeworks in which most of the students had found the nouns correctly, but for the students who could not find them out, I am going to tell you the correct answers. And that is man in sentence number 6. Man, note, pocket. Man, note, pocket. The man took a note out from his pocket and gave it to him. Man, note, and pocket. These three words are nouns. And now look at the next sentence. The taxi went off down the road. The taxi went off down the road. Taxi and road. Road. Taxi, road. Now students, we are moving on to the next part of the exercise, which is part D. Part D. Listening and speaking. Listening and speaking. Let's see what it says. In the story, Dorothy says, "You didn't just speak, did you? You didn't just speak, did you?" She makes a question by adding a question tag to a statement. Question tag. Have you ever heard about this word question tag? You know what a question is, but what is a question tag? Now students, you know that questions always start with question word. What, where, when, how, who, how much, how many, whatever. These are called question words, and most of the questions start with question words. But here this girl made a sentence, a question, just by adding did you into it. You can see that you didn't just speak. It is just a negative sentence. You didn't just speak. There is no what, why, where, how, who, and other question word. There is nothing that could tell you that this sentence is a question. But by adding this part of the sentence, she made it a question. She made it a question. This part, did you, have we, is it, these are called question tags. Now to understand it better, I'm going to give you example from Urdu language. In Urdu language, you say है ना. Now when you want to seek the agreement of someone, you say है ना, ऐसा है ना. So you didn't just speak. तुम अभी बोले है ना, तुम अभी बोल रहे थे ना. So that na or that है ना or ऐसा है ना, all these are examples of question tags. All these are examples of question tags. But question tag always have the same meaning. The meaning which I told you for did you is the meaning of have we and the meaning of is it. Okay, so we have not got anything to lose, have we? We have not got anything to lose, have we? ऐसा करने से हम कुछ खो नहीं देंगे, है ना. So we have not got anything to lose, have we? It's not yours, is it? ये तो तुम्हारा नहीं है ना, ये तो तुम्हारा नहीं है ना. सो इट्स नॉट योर्स, इज इट? ये तुम्हारा नहीं है ना. सो all these are question tags. Now they have given you some activity, and that is match the column. Now they have given you some statements at one side, and the other side they have given you some question tags. There are many question tags, that is shall we, aren't we, will you, aren't you, don't you, haven't they, hasn't it. Now there are some students who have difficulty in matching them properly because they don't know which question tag will be used with which sentence. So to understand that better, let's start it. They have met you before. They have. So the question tag which is going to match it should be haven't they. Now you have to keep one thing in mind, that if you have a simple sentence, you will have to find a negative question tag for it. A negative question tag has not in it, just as not. Haven't, this ain't is not, it is not. If there is no not, so you have to find a question tag with not in it. And if there is not here you can see, you will find a positive question tag which has no not. Just keep this thing in mind. A positive sentence take negative question tag, and a negative sentence take positive question tag. Now how will you find out the correct question tag for the given sentences? You have to look at the subject. They, us, you, they, it, and here you cannot see the subject, but it is I will explain. Okay, I. So they have, haven't they, they have, haven't they have met you before, haven't they, ये आपसे पहले मिल चुके हैं, है ना. So let's see whether he is in. Let us see whether he is in. Let us means चलो see देखते हैं. Let us see, चलो देखते हैं. So it is all about we मतलब हम देखेंगे ना. So let us see, चलो देखते हैं, या चले मिलकर देखते हैं. इसमें खुद मैं भी शामिल हूँ और आप भी. Let us see whether he is in. चलो देखते हैं कि वो अंदर है या नहीं. He is in. So let us see whether he is in. So here we are going to find we, and that is shall we. Now if you look at this sentence, it should be like, let us see whether he is in or not. वो अंदर है या नहीं है. So here we can use shall be. You are in the team. Now again it is a positive sentence, so we have to find out negative question tag for it. So you are, aren't you, are not you, aren't you, you are in the team, aren't you, you are in the team, aren't you, they are very bright. Now bright means intelligent. Now there are some students who are very bright in your class. They are very bright. So they are, aren't they? They are, aren't they? Now find out where is aren't they in the column B in the question tags. Very good. It is at the second number. Second number. It has been stolen. It has been stolen. It has been stolen. So what do you think would go with has? Hasn't. Very good. Has, hasn't. Has, hasn't. Next thing is don't tell anyone. Now it is just like I am telling you that don't tell anyone. So the subject of this sentence is you. Now I ask you, don't tell anyone. So we have to find out a sentence, question tag which has you in it. Very good. Will you? Will you? Don't tell anyone. Will you? किसी को बताओगे तो नहीं ना? Don't tell anyone. Will you? I think this is a good idea. I think this is a good idea. So this is a good idea. Here you can see that I think. Here this person is giving his idea, his thought about this idea, that it is a good idea, and he is seeking agreement. He wants to know what the other person thinks. So I think this is a good idea. What do you think? So I think this is a good idea. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you think that it is a good idea? Now students, there are some points. Now I have told you that which question tag is going to go with which incomplete statement. So there are a few points where the students get stuck, where the students are confused. So let me discuss those points first. So let us, now I told you that they have, haven't they? You are, aren't you? They are, aren't they? It has been, hasn't it? It has, hasn't it? So these are very clear. Most of the students do this very easily because they are very clear. But when it comes to let us, so us is talking about we. So keep one thing in mind, that you have to point out this thing, subject, us and we. So you have to match. Let us see whether he is in to shall we. And the next thing, that is don't tell anyone. Keep this in mind, that you are talking to someone else. For example, I am talking to you, that don't tell anyone. So you have to find the question tag which carries you in it. Don't, no, will you? Okay, so don't tell anyone. So here this is also having you, and this also have you. So if you feel confused in these two question tags, you will just look at it, that if there is not here, not, so you will put the positive question tag. But here it is not, it is a positive sentence. I think this is a good idea. Don't you think it is a good idea? So I think this is a good idea. मेरे ख्याल से ये तो बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है ना? So don't you? But keep one thing in mind, that they are not giving you the exact meaning. You cannot say that this we means hum and this means they. Like, they are not giving you those meanings. They are question tags and they are giving only one meaning, that is है ना? So for your homework, I want to give you this task, that you have to match them at home and you will note them in your neat notebooks. Note them in your neat notebooks. But before winding up the video, let me guide you for how to write the homework in your neat notebook. For that you have to do the same as you did in the other homework: subject, homework, date, unit number, unit name, and then part D, listening and speaking. Here you will write question number 1. Match the following incomplete statements with the correct question tag. Now they have given you a longer question that work in pairs and complete the following by matching the statements with correct question tags. They have given you a long question in your book and I shortened it for you. Match the following incomplete statements with the correct question tag. Now these are the headings of the columns, headings of the columns, okay? Incomplete statements, question tags. These are the headings of the columns. If you want to make it prominent, you can underline them too. Just like this. I have underlined the heading, incomplete statement, question tags. So now I'm going to tell you that some students makes a few mistakes in writing match the columns. So first I'm going to do those mistakes so that you understand the don'ts of the homework. And then I will tell you that what are the do's of the homework. Do's and don'ts. Okay. So first I'm going to do the mistake which most of the students do in it. The first don't which I'm going to tell you is that you should not match them. And especially this kind of match the column should never be matched because they have given you long sentences at one side and the other side is shorter than this, but you cannot manage to write them all in one sentence, in one line. So when you start writing this, you will see that they have met you before and the line will be finished and you will have no space there. And if you try to write all this, you will just make mess. Everything will look very dirty. Okay, so don't try to fit all the words in one line. If they don't fit, I am going to tell you another method. Okay, but don't try to fit all these words in one line. And the second thing that you should not do is to match them. You will not match them. You will write the correct answer in front of the given statement. Okay, you will write the correct answer against the given statement. You will write the correct answer just side by side with the given statement. Okay, so matching not allowed and fitting all the words into one line and making mess is not allowed. Mess means dirty looking work. Okay, your homework should not look dirty. So I am going to tell you another method through which you can do this work properly. But this method is only for those match the column which have long statements, which have long sentences, and you cannot fit those sentences in one line. So let's start. For incomplete statement, you will write sentence A, then you will write the incomplete statement, and in the next line you will write the answer. I am doing the first example for you. This is how you would do it. They have met you before, haven't they? Now you will write A for the first statement because they have given this A, B, C order to the sentences. So A is the first sentence and your answer is this arrow. You will draw this arrow or a simple arrow to write your answer. Statement, question tag. This is how you would do your homework. So students, the advantage of writing match the column in this way is that you don't have to fit all the words in one line. You can just easily write one statement and then write the answer. And the second advantage is that if you match the column, you draw the middle line and then you match them. So what would happen if your answer comes on the next page? How would you match that? So the remedy for that, the solution for such situation is write match the column in question and answer method. This is your statement and this is the answer. This is the statement, this is the answer. So write your homework the way I told you. And one more thing that I am noticing in your homeworks is that some of you are not writing some alphabets in their correct lines. For example, I note that M is mostly not written correctly. Some of the students make this part of M shorter. They just write small central part. It is not small, it is just equal to these two sides. Okay. One more thing that I want to tell you, that R is written like this. Okay. So some of you make a circle here. So and sometimes the R looks just like O. So to avoid that confusion, write it clearly. One more thing is about small w and small m. Some of you write this central part very small. It should be equal to the remaining two legs of m. Okay, it has 3 legs, but these legs should be equal. And look at this w. This w should not be written rounded. It should not be written rounded. It has straight strokes. It has straight strokes. Don't write it rounded. It is straight. It has 4 straight strokes. And look at this y. This is capital Y and this is a small y. But you can see that it looks as if I have written V and then a straight stroke. V and then a straight stroke. And look at this one, that both are not straight. You can see this is a sloping line and this is also a sloping line. So it is written in lower 3 lines and this is written in upper 3 lines, but the shape of both these alphabets are also different from each other. I hope that no one would make any mess in the homework and I would get neat and tidy homework. So this was all for today. Wish you best of luck. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.
اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما.